to the Dream 100 Show, the epicenter of influence, collaboration, and exponential growth. You're about to discover the power of relationships. Dream 100 relationships. And you're one relationship away from a totally different business and life. This is your host, Michael Tasner.
Hey there, Happy New Year. Welcome to the first Dream 100 Show episode of the year. In today's episode, I want to give you 4 actionable tactical things that you can do now. So what I love about this new year is that there's always some fun and fresh new energy. You're typically kind of riding high. Great, 2025 is history. You put these big goals and you put some resolutions. The chances are high that some of those resolutions have already went out the window. But the energy is always strong in the month of January. And for most businesses in general, January also is, it can be a very strong month because people like to make decisions. They're like, I've been putting off this, I wanted to find a financial advisor, and I've been putting it, let's get it done in January. We've been talking about this home improvement, let's just finally do it. It's one of those months that a lot of e-commerce traction happens, a lot of new service transactions, like it's always a pretty good month. So when you combine that with that fresh energy, I want you to come out of the gates this year swinging. I want to make sure that you're working the plan. I want to make sure that you are making moves in your business. So a few disclaimers and then I'll jump into the 4. The first one is that this is a podcast that talks a lot about marketing and growth. The Dream 100 framework is at the core, but I also every single week am going to give you something actionable that you can put in your business. The people that listen, yourself, you're often small business owners. You're people that want to grow. And we have all different shapes and sizes of industries that listen to the show, from small mom and pops to even a couple of Fortune 500 companies. But it all boils down to, how do you grow? How do you keep marketing? How do you innovate? AI. I'm just going to keep bringing you all of the up-to-date things that I'm using at my business, or businesses rather, and all the clients that we execute these strategies for. Second disclaimer, if this is the first time you're tuning in, you're going to quickly realize that everything boils down to a math equation. Everything boils down to a math equation. Whatever revenue target you have, whether you're a product-based business, a service-based business, can be reverse engineered and retooled so that we know what do we have to execute on the marketing side. Marketing is going to drive everything across your business. Marketing produces the leads, that sales closes, that closed deal and deals, customers, product sales, clients, creates the cash flow that funnels everything else. When you are in a growth mindset, when you are in a growth stage, when there's more cash coming in, you're not having to constantly worry and stress 24/7, magical things start to happen. But we need to have you focused on the marketing side. There's always going to be 1.5 million problems that you have. The good news with problems is that no problems, no business. If you don't have any problems, you really don't have a business. You're going to have problems, but I need you to be able to prioritize those problems for revenue generating activities. So first of 4 things I want you to deploy is a reactivation campaign. This is going to shake some revenue loose from the trees. And I don't care if you tell me, Michael, this isn't my main season right now. I'm a landscaper in Buffalo. There's snow on the ground. What kind of campaigns can you put together to reactivate people that were considering working with you in the past? If you have an e-com business, what can you reactivate from those abandoned carts, for example, that not only abandoned, they didn't buy in the last couple of weeks? All the people that filled out forms and didn't take action, all the people that visited your trade show booth and gave you their business card, but nothing transpired. One of the things that business owners are notoriously bad at is follow-up. We're just not great at it. Now, thankfully, I have other people that handle that for me and with me, and then systems and processes. But if I'm sitting here thinking right now of like a recent event that I went to, I'm sure there's a few people that my follow-up has not been on point. We get busy, life gets in the way. So great. What can we do to shake some revenue loose? I don't care if it's one deal that closes. I don't care if it's one new client, one new sale. What email campaigns can you do? What text campaigns can you put out? You need to make some calls. Does your sales team need to be more aggressive? One of my favorite things for service-based businesses, could also be done in the e-com side as long as you have consent, is a ringless voicemail. So that voicemail, let's say you are that landscaper in Buffalo. Hey, this is Michael with ABC Landscaping. So I know that it's snowing outside, but at one point you were looking at having us put together this amazing hardscape. And while I'm not out doing lawns and landscaping right now, I just thought of you and wanted to reach out. I'm going to shoot you a text and an email as well. And if you'd love to have a conversation, I'd love to talk, even grab coffee. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Something like that. And what it'll do is it'll ring their cell phone and then go to voicemail. And when you follow it up with a text message, it's a really great combination. And you're going to get a lot of people that say, don't call me again. Great, you're cleansing your list. But you're going to get some people that, let's talk, let's have a conversation. Like that will start to happen. Reactivation campaigns, I've never seen them not drive revenue. I've never seen it not pump some revenue in the door, ever. Always does. So make sure that that campaign is executed. Number 2 is a little less tactical, but I talk a lot about mindset. And we talked a little bit about in the beginning of this episode, but one of the things that I also see, even with the fresh energy in the month of January, is I get some messages of, I can't afford to do this, I can't afford to do that, I don't know how I'm going to do. You get into this scarcity mindset. If your mind continues to see everything as an expense, if your mind can't see the potential, if your mind can't see what life could look like if you're here, let's say that's $500,000 in revenue, which is still commendable. You want to get over here, and let's say that's $1 million, and you can't even conceive, it's just not possible. How is it ever going to happen if you've already put some limiting beliefs on yourself? One of my favorite exercises that I do, and I talk about it often, is this painted picture document. So I updated it a little bit over the holidays, and this is like a manifesto for the business of what I want the business to look like in the next 3 years. I finished it literally about an hour ago. And this is getting all the interesting things on there. And what I ended up doing was literally adding $10 million to my goals for 3 years. So we had our revenue targets. This is where I see the business in 3 years. And it's an aggressive number. And then I literally just looked at it and said, no, let's add another 10 million. Am I going to hit that? I don't know. But when you put soft, and there wasn't even soft numbers, but it's that whole magic of thinking big. It's that whole stretching yourselves. But you've got to get out of your own way. Like most of us know what we have to do. We just don't do it. But the mindset game is real. And I struggle with this every single day. I'm not going to sugarcoat any of it and tell you that I'm absolutely perfect and that my mind is always on fire in a good way and I'm firing on all cylinders. I've already had a couple of rough days this year where I had to stop what I was doing, do some meditation, reframe my mind a little bit because I started going down bad rabbit holes and it's just not productive. So I would encourage you to look at how you can move your energy a bit, how you can make sure that your mind is in the right spot for this year. Number 3, I want you to deploy some extra marketing and campaigns this month. I want to make sure you've got ads going in all different places. Your email campaigns are firing multiple times a week, text messages going out, and then any other community driven or offline tactics. I need you to be firing on all cylinders this month. I need hefty budgets. I want you to start the year off right, not being behind. Solid budgets, aggressive offers, aggressive campaigns, good deals. Just get like those tin cans rolling. Like I want the money coming in because that just builds confidence. I had a few months last year where we had negative revenue growth and my confidence was shattered. I'm like, this is insane. When you start to see deals coming through, things change like that. I need the revenue coming into your business. Number 4, and I'm going to give you a bonus one. I need you deploying the Dream 100. Like that's why most people tuned into this show a year plus ago when I launched it. This stuff works like clockwork. It's not easy, hence why we have a done-for-you program. But it works. Why does it work? Because you're going from targeting the entire universe to going in on 100 relationships. Laser targeting, gifting, outreach, calls, emails, social media. You're laser targeting those people. I need you to do this strategy and work with me this year. Show me that it's not working. Show me it's not working. Prove me wrong. Michael, I went after this. I did exactly what you said. I built the audience. We put a gifting. We did all these. Show me that it doesn't work. It works 100% of the time when deployed correctly. Pick one of the 3 audiences, Dream 100 clients or customers, partnerships/referrals, or media. And as you know, I always recommend starting with referral partners first. Build out your list. Re-go through some of the old episodes. I literally give you the strategy, step by step by step. Talk through the pitfalls, the gifts to do. Literally, I give it to you on a silver platter. But you have to execute. We typically are not great at execution. We say we're going to do something and we don't deliver it. Last but not least, the bonus tactic is that I want you to hire somebody, whether it's I wouldn't say a friend, but a colleague or someone you don't know. I want them to secret shop your marketing and sales process. If you're an e-commerce site, I want them to go through your website, your ads, and not that I'm looking for all the technical stuff, but what happens when they come to your website? Is it easy to buy? Are they getting stuck somewhere? Are they looking for things? Are they reading your About Us page and there's typos? If you're a service business, I want them to call your phone number, speak to your team, ask certain questions, the tough questions, take notes. I want to see where there's friction, where there are people that are falling off. And yes, you can do this looking at data and things like that, but I want to see how your team actually does. And the spoiler alert is that you probably will be mortified. You're probably going to see, my gosh, like this is terrible. But then you know where you can start to focus. Great, we called, the secret shopper called, or had 3 different people call. We called at 8 a.m., noon, and 6. 8, they were supposed to answer, nobody answered. Noon, they answered, they sound like they're out to lunch. They didn't give these objections, or this didn't happen. Great, let's focus on some phone training. The data will start to guide you and layer on top of all of this, but I want to look at what we can clean up while you're also aiming to come out of the gate swinging. Reactivation campaign. So shake some revenue loose. Get the needle moving in the right direction. Get your mindset on point. Get rid of that scarcity mindset. Have some big plans, some big goals for 2026. Number 3, get your offers dialed. Come out of the gate swinging with some really good aggressive marketing. Number 4, execute and deploy the Dream 100 strategy to one of the 3 audiences. And your bonus one is to hire somebody. Hire as in pay. I want it taken seriously. Secret shop. Your website, your phone numbers, your business. Secret shop. Have them deliver a report to you with some findings. You don't need to go and hire all these fancy companies. Can you do that? Yes, 100%. But I would rather you start to move that needle and make some improvements and tweaks, and then we can go back and maybe hire a company and there's 10 people, and because the investments then will justify. But I'm looking for you to start moving the needle, getting some momentum thus far. And as always, if I can help, we deploy this for people all day long, the Dream 100 strategy. Reach out, call, email, text, at your service. Literally here, simply to help support you and have you win in 2026 and beyond. Tune in next week. It's Michael Tasner signing off. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.